Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. TDN they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. TDN they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. TDN they say.
Indeed, vote without violence. Una welcome to the first edition inside the month of June 2023, and today the 1st of June 2023. Una welcome to the program Salone Talk, where they come to una live from TDN Africa Media, and we will bring the program come to una today. Me name na AMINATA KOROMA,
and me name na EZEKIEL KOROMA.
Inside the program Salone Talk, we can talk about things them where they happen on Mama Salone, things them where they mona me and you, and we can take una comments na the comment section, or una can send una messages na the number where they show na the screen, as we dey for take una views and opinions inside this program today. And today, the Supreme Court don't throw away the case against ECSL, Samura Kamara, and the APC party after where Paul Kamara and one Almami Centurier filed an objection against Dr. Samura Kamara in candidacy for the June 24, 2023 election. And ONS don't engage stakeholders them na mile 91 over violence activities during this election. And lastly, we go give Fambulem election update. Una continue for stay with we inside the program as we can't talk about anything there, so we I don't highlight. We go for a break. When we come back, we can talk about them.
Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. TDN for sin, all we want for sin. TDN they say, all we want for sin. All we want for sin, all we want for sin.
All right, family, and welcome again. The program Salone Talk. They bring come to now every day. Now TDN Africa. Today inside the program, we get to talk to the communication person, the justice, the Supreme High Court, for tell me more about the case where the court done to it. And we also get to talk to the publicity secretary when Tunis for tell me how they say as a party waiting and say about the case where they do it, and also talk about their manifesto. So you get right for make you participate by way they send you comment on our Facebook page and YouTube. So we go over to you, Aminata.
Yes, Elijah, you know, this is not election period, and you know, where the thing be come up for Dr. Samuel Kamara or say like somebody don't file a case against them. Now the Supreme Court against in candidacy for the June 24 election, and people then be they ask plenty questions them. So man be they talk say maybe the Dr. Samuel Kamara no who contest for this election because the ECSL then say where they file case pass so a candidate for president before the 7 days the person go free for contest the election, but if the person get case, they file a petition against them, that person they then go cancel in candidacy. So like we see that scenario there, Usai, Paul Kamara and Mr. Almami Coulson to aid and file a petition against the APC, the APC party, the ECSL, Dr. Samuel Kamara and all. So if I'm like you see the press release, we they show the press release usai the case of the judiciary, usai the judiciary don't pull the press release, usai they don't throw away the case, and for that reason we will get a member of the judiciary for can talk to Fambulem. But this case here, so EZEKIEL, and then it's in detention. We see the tension, see the tension.
Yeah, exactly, Aminata. Just like you say, and especially to APC supporters,
yeah.
Then say they all hat hang, and for CC, the candidates not going to be disqualified. But like what happens when I believe say then say don't get assured, and they get the confidence in the candidates say. You don't qualify for run the presidential elections, and I believe they're happy for that. Yes, they're happy for that. Well, like we go link to somebody in the judiciary. We go tell you more about that and how then they come up for to this kind of case. You know, even though again for like sound dismay in the person of. The one that we filed the case going to court, the likes of Mr. Paul Kamara and Reverend Almami Coulson Kamara. I hope so they not go feel actually fine because of this, because when somebody take an action, you want to see what you want out of.
Indeed.
Yes, what you want out of this case. Now that you want to see say then do the courts go by this, but like until the high courts. Then are the custodians of the law, and I believe so they quote the law, you know, the 1982, so they quote the law. So I believe say now people will understand the law and then do them according to the law. So maybe they not be actually sit down and try for and look at the whole aspects of what they want to do, in order for say look at them in the law aspects for say. Is it necessary for go at this time, you know, or we just forget about that? But like you know, so when somebody want to do something, you get the energy,
yeah.
You know, and some might not be able to foresee them and carefully plan over it. And I result to this one.
Yeah.
Yes, I result to this one.
Yeah, and Fambulem, we try forget the person for can talk to we, the judiciary person for talk to we inside the program, and we hope for get some for can ask them for let explain proper one to Fambulem, but this case here so because we don't want for like let them they see say the judiciary no they do the work because some man they think like that say I don't care me case go na court and then pull me case na court without not give me reason. So for let family understand proper one the reason why the court to read the case we they get the judiciary person and Ezekiel. You know, this now we country, and mind you, this is election. The election fever day around cut across most, so we don't start a new month, and this month now we get forget we election. Sure. So Fambulem will want the eager more for know the reason why the court threw away this case here. So because it will create a tension for Fambulem because. Someone go say, Dr. Samuel Kamara na the APC candidate for this June 24 election, and now they don't go file a petition against them. So what again this man don't do? What again this man don't do? Then stuff then they all and they plenty people not be understand. But inside the program, Salone Talk, we talk to the somebody for let him back explain proper one to Fambulem, and you know. As Fambule know.
Yeah, exactly. And AMINATA. Yeah. Exactly. You know, supporters of the APC like a kind of feel good now since for the fact that the courts don't read the case. And again, we know say Lentia know the dong, you know. And we know say Samura Kamara in Wangre he gets the other case where it's heavy for them and where they are joined after elections and no. So if another one come within very close to the elections, I think instead that moment where you receive the message, I hope say you kind of not feel fine. Yeah. Because you believe say that's also the disturb in psychology mind, they disturb in mind because in as much as they go around for doing campaigns, but and the mind they remind and say you get something for settle out at the courts. Yeah. You know, so like actually they go down well with the victims. You know, and now we understand say not always Samura Kamara because we also see in the actions where Mr. Paul Kamara and Reverend Almami, they say them and they also filed against the ECSL, you know, and even the APC party. So, you know, themselves, you know, a case we get for do it, the main people win are the players of these elections. So I believe say the courts being worked so hard in order for come up with what's not the outcome of this, because in as much as they close to the elections, not to think for delay at all. And we get the results soon, you know, because the ECSL then again for do the activities, they don't want to forget anything for the goal, now court, send representative and all that. They also hinder the activities. And the same thing with the APC presidential candidates, Dr. Samura Kamara. It's not the same thing. They want to go about the elections, smooth and calm, return IOs with, you know, get anything for worry about, you know. But like, if this don't come up like that, I believe say the ECSL then said they are at peace now, and of course Dr. Samura Kamara will be one of the most happiest of body, because the ECSL na a body. But Dr. Samura Kamara, he get for do it in personality, he get for do it in self. Yeah. You know, so like he will be more happier than the organization, because the ECSL na a government established organization, you know, and the High Court self, we go say I'm saying a government established. But even though by law then they follow within the Lord say. Yeah. You know, so but I think for the peace sake, a fine way I think the team come at this point. We not go very close to the elections, I think it's the outcome. Just like say we get somebody we will talk to you in this, and know why first of all into the case and the things away surrounding these things, so that family will actually understand. Say now on so basis, and therefore send out the case.
Yeah. Yes, Ezekiel. Remind you, Sierra Leoneans, them now people the way can get aggrieved easily.
Sure.
More so where involve them political parties them. It just so and then it's just so fortunate the courts listen to this case and then see say the case that's important to them and get more evidence, because all case important, just that it said provide enough evidence against the allegations where they make, so that make them go on to throw the case out of the court. And a better way than do them earlier, because Sierra Leoneans can take matters out of their hand, because then we don't see plenty people the way they talk say I don't care, my case go to court, and the courts not they work on them quickly, and they take plenty time on judging the case. Sure. And sometimes a month or 2 or 3 for judge one grain case. And look at the case of Dr. Samua Kamara Usai for the Chancery building.
Yeah.
You can see that now be long time ago, let me say few years back, then they still they on the matter.
Exactly.
So I believe say all that they create tension for the citizen of this country, and that's not encouraging for people. So just like how we be talk on the court, say therefore they do hasty decisions, and also therefore they pass judgment quickly on the cases them, just like how they do for this case here. So we then see say get better evidences, so then just get for dash them out.
Exactly.
Because of lack of evidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure, AMINATA. And I think if the judiciary they work in this line for the decide on issues or cases at the court, quick one.
Yeah.
I think people will begin for give them the trust on certain issues. But we see in this country and the cases they take almost a year, 2 years, 3 years just for this cause one great problem. And then usually they say whenever justice they delay and if finally say no interest, no day in at the end, and that's not fine now if you look at the country, because when somebody go to court, it want for it gets the result out of it, even though there are differences in terms of the weight of the case when they go to the courts, and I know say the courts then did more deal with evidences. But I believe that the law also make provision. We are in, if you don't get evidence on this case at all, these are some of the cases where the court can just take time and send her into it, because you don't get evidence based. So like there is no need for go further and discuss the case. Just me not to a legal man, but something like that, because if you don't get something at where you go all say now so it happened, then it make no sense for continuing for the call on that case day. Yeah. So like and we actually they tell the judiciary for work on the cases the way they meet them, and people want to see the results. Some man believe some man go deep and asote, God call them home, and actually the judiciary need for work hard in order for release some of them cases that we just like how they do so. If not so, then don't they do in some other cases. I think people go see the Sierra Leoneans go see say, okay, the justice system in our country, we trust them, because whenever matters meet them, in fact, they're very quick in the decisions. With carefully, you can be quick and judge the case rightly, something like that. So I think that are a plus for the judiciary for make them decide on this case quick one, because no one in the process we find out some people then raising concerns, because I'll tell you for free, AMINATA, the APC supporters, them in justice can say whether the man is guilty, no guilty, or let's say whether he's guilty or not them presidential candidates they want and Asambura Kamara they want. So then so then take them. So like but I believe not to that the courts go by which the people they say, then go by the law. But the supporters now so most of them majority don't crown now, and that for them big problem. Because I continue delay on this for don't cause problem. But since this don't be resolved, and I know say the one way filing the case themselves, them go down satisfy and over the decision of the court. Yes, I believe that one day. Yeah.
Yeah, so family remember say the program where you watch na Salone Talk. You can be part of the program by way you send your text message at the number we shown at the screen, or you can send your message in the comment section na YouTube and Facebook at TDN Africa Media, as we ready for take una calls, una opinions them, una views them inside the program. The program still they continue as we try to get the person for can talk, the person from the judiciary for can talk to family and explain proper one. We go straight to the next topic as we first forget the person from the judiciary. And the next one but we go get for talk to CDI Tunis for let it can react to this with what we they talk so but the case we then file against the All People's Congress and the APC, the flag bearer, Dr. Samura Kamara, and the ECSL. So, just like as our they say, Ezekiel, the judiciary are doing very well for now, because let you know be saying that because of this election, they also make them the 18 up playing. They step up their game for like do all the case them we didn't get at hand, and they make sure say they do them before election become. And that's people I want to see. Some cases don't take almost years. Still they not judge it. So people they want for go to sit down day. And we go get CDI Tunis online for make we connect them to family them, make itself can react to waiting the courts don't do, because then be the complaint say the courts no the courts not they go with waiting it for na the country, then they take on that way. So now the courts don't rule in their favor, don't make everything. So one what's the reaction towards that, and we first forget CDI at Tunis at the program, but the program still they continue. And yeah, remember say you can be part of the program by way you send the text message at the number where they shown at the screen, or you can send your message now we comment section at YouTube and Facebook. Whilst we first forget CDI at Tunis and the program still they continue. Now make we go to the next topic. We can for deal with the ONS, the engagement we didn't get with stakeholders them no minus one for these violence activities. You know, Ezekiel, as we can talk inside this program, we want family, we talk to family for letting know involved in violence activities during this election. We want peace, just as the political leaders they don't sign for peace during this election. So we talk to family. Now the ONS, Office of the National Security, don't engage stakeholders them my 91, because youths them, citizens them, they chair banner, and we don't see that they na the western part, the western area urban part. Because I family them they do dancing, and now they don't take on the western area rural. It's bad. Sierra Leoneans na bad thing than they. for check banner, check this this party in banner, check this party in banner. A very, very bad, Ezekiel. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Family, just like my colleague they say, the ONS don't engage the big one in Amana 91 with regards to the violence we go on, you know, and now both parties involved into this, the APC and the SLPP.
Yeah.
You know, then they chair, then they banner, then they say chair, then they, so there is this conflict they go on, and but we thank God we ONS intervene and engage the stakeholders, you know, because the stakeholders most times now they don't probably can come on from the top, you know, and then can sometimes most often can order the young people them for do some of them thing they are. So we find with the ONS starts with the big one and first, and I believe say then get for kind of engage the young people them as well, because for now they can implement within the big one and can tell them. So then are the implementers. So in as much as the owners don't engage the stakeholders in Amana 91 with regards to this one, and I believe say they're able to resolve this, and that's not for happen again, because sometimes you know make a sense for go chair somebody in banner, you know, the banner not get for deal with you or the if you at all you know want to see that candidate, you know want to see them.
Okay, fumble them. We don't get the person from. We don't get the person from the judiciary for can talk to fumble them. Just like how we been tell fumble them say we they get a person for can explain better one to fumble them, but the case where they file against the ECSL, Dr. Samora Kamara, APC, and all. So we they first forget them inside the program, and also for make you can talk to fumble them. Yes, Ezekiel, say we they get the person, make we they continue with the program.
Yeah, so like I try to say, and in the engagement of the stakeholders, I believe say the owners try for know which are the root cause, and also try for see what are the people that we do, and because in as much as they also in the rainy season, and some of them think they can fly them out, and then they can fly them out and cheer them on the process.
Yes, fumble them. We don't get the person. For the sake of reviewers, them, you can introduce yourself to fumble them and tell fumble them your position.
Good morning.
Yes, Mr. El Cassano, you can raise your voice small for let fumble and get you clearly.
Okay.
Yes, you can introduce yourself again for fumble.
El Cassano, the top man for Salone Judiciary.
Okay, Mr. El Cassano, welcome to the program Salone Talk.
Thank you.
Yes, we see the Supreme Court don't throw away the case we filed by Paul Kamara and Mr. Almami Colson today for the understanding of reviewers them. What in that mean?
It means they no come proper before the court, and therefore, because for approach the Supreme Court, you get rules or you get law with the guide for come before the Supreme Court. Therefore, when you don't come proper, the law also make them very clearly say if they not approach the court in a very appropriate manner.
Okay.
court for to where the case are due. That is guided by Rule 90, Sum 3 of the Supreme Court rules. Now, I say so. Remember, say, Salone Judiciary, anything they do, not by law. Because the law given the mandate for to harm, not to say that wish them, wish for to harm, but because the law says, this not happen by this action is not executive, this kind of disciplinary action or punitive action. But it don't mean say they not get opportunity to come back and can still come back if they wish for.
Okay, Mr. Sano, thank you for that one there. And a part of this one where Mr. Paul Kamara and Reverend Almami Kamara do, I don't know if any other case with especially for the APC or Dr. Samura Kamara.
At the moment, no.
Okay. So, what are your words where you get for to fumble them, especially the Dr. Samura Kamara and the ECSL with regards to this case where Mr. Paul Kamara and Reverend Almami filed in the court?
We don't take decision and communicate them to the public. We don't answerable to nobody. But because we duty bound to serve the public, and that make we want to let the public know the position, saying that the law that they not file a statement of case. We mandate them by Rule 90, Sub 1 of the Supreme Court Rules, Public Notice Number 1 of 1982. So if they go against that, we are also duty bound to strike them out. During this electionary process, we get a role for play, for responsibility, and for make sure say will access justice in a timely, free, fair manner. And I want to show family say we will do what is required of we. Make them not rely on social media lies, misinformation. Make them always go to cross check with me. Anytime somebody needs information, like you come to the office or call me, call anyone per week, we're ready to answer appropriately. For me, then listen to the radio stations, they will not kick out the information to them in a very transparent, accountable, and timely manner.
Okay, Mr. Sano, plenty thank you for talking to me inside the program today.
Thank you. I always welcome. Pleasure to talk to you.
Yes, Fambulem. That's now Mr. Elka Sano. They talk to Fambulem for explain the case between Dr. Samura Kamara and the APC party with the ECSL. So as Fambulem don't get he talks say the court to away the case because of lack of evidence, just as we may just talk. And that's not a good thing, and he assure Fambulem say the court day for them and ready for work with them hand in hand. Ezekiel.
Yes, exactly. Fambulem, of course, when I say don't get them from Mr. Elkas Sano with regards to the case where Mr. Paul Kamara and Reverend Almami Kamara filed at the court. So, for telling us, say, the judiciary then said they do their own work, and this is not one of the things them we then just don't do. I believe, say, and Mr. Sano, he kind of tell family and say there is no other courts at present we get for deal with the APC or Dr. Samura Kamara. So that's an assurance for supporters of the APCs and especially Dr. Samura Kamara. So everything any information with regards to this, the case where Mr. Paul Kamara and Reverend Almami filed at the court, I think it don't come to an end because the High Court don't finally pull their own stance towards this. And Mr. Sano Kutam say, well, then say no to them, then they work with the courts, you know, so now something like that, Aminata.
Yeah, okay, Fambulem on the line now. We don't get CD Yaya Tunis for can talk to Fambulem, but the reaction, the APC political parties, the reaction towards the case filed against Dr. Samura Kamara and the All People's Congress.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you very much for getting me online.
Yeah, this is not TDN Africa Media, and this is not Salone Talks program we call you on.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. For family from know you more and what are you go please tell family what are you, sir.
Me now CDI at Tunis, the National Publicity Secretary of the APC.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for that one day. Mr. Yaya Tunis, and of course we understand, say, Mr. Paul Kamara and Mr. Reverend Almami Kulsin Kamara been filed a case against the person of Dr. Samura Kamara in our court, and we see the outcome of the result over the case where the judiciary don't pull, and I don't know, you will tell me what's not the reaction of the party over this.
Thank you very much. From the party angle, we're not surprised that the judiciary will strike about, because in the first place, we always don't see them people and they not file any petition against Dr. Samura Kamara. That are one. And secondly, now interpretation then be asked the court for. But even with that, they not file them properly. They not quote the relevant sections of the constitution, which should say one ECSL do wrong, or which should say doctor do wrong, and which should say they stand on the legal ground for let Supreme Court respond to them. For the Supreme Court, the responsibility now for deal with cases we get for do with constitutional matters. So if you want for let them sit down on the constitution, you get for show them the area of the constitution where somebody don't violate. You get for draw their attention to that portion of the constitution where you want for make them interpret for them. And if we now look at the court papers where lawyer Puje, when I represented two people and they file, you don't see any side where it quotes the 1991 constitution, and you don't see any section of the constitution where it be want the Supreme Court for interpret. So there was no way the Supreme Court for not able to sit on that matter there in the first place.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Tunis. Okay, Mr. Tunis. Now, make we talk about the campaign manifesto where the party leader being launched 2 weeks, 2 days ago. Now, you presidential candidates, your part.
You phone the break, I know they get to you.
Okay, so I say make we talk about the manifesto where una presidential candidates launched 3 days ago.
Yes.
Yes. So your party called the manifesto One Nation. For the benefit of reviewers, many want for know waiting the One Nation, waiting the One Nation day, but
okay, we Sierra Leone, and for let any country develop, you get for first of all ensure say you get peace, you get unity, and everybody they work as one. But waiting we don't see they happen in Salone now, we country deeply divided. We see more division along political lines, we see more division along tribal lines, we see more division along regional and district lines. And because of that, we see and say certain sections of the society feel left out, and they are left out. Certain sections of the society not protected under the law, and you belong to certain tribe or region or party, whether you qualify for work, you would see say you don't go get her or you then go sack you by the work. Would they see the judiciary they favor one section of the society as against the other. For let country grow, then kind thing then they not fine. So that make we say the first thing we will need for focus on, first of all, that for rebuild with nation, for bring we all come together. Every Sierra Leonean go important and will get passed for play for let this country here go before. They will gather right on the street and they contribute to the economy. When are the journalists then when they contribute to the economy, when they pass on information and then information and they lead for create wealth and opportunities for people. The civil society they contribute to the economy. That market woman they contribute to the economy. So if any one of them sector they hamburg and they affect the economy, not to the aspect of governance no more, even we the citizenry. So for let we able for really get sustainable economic growth, we go cater for every Sierra Leonean. We all get forget one word first. We get forget the determination. We get forget the commitment. Say we ready, we able, and we all for work together for build this country. So now that make we say one nation. We goal now that every Sierra Leonean, regardless of which party, which region, which area, which tribe, once in Australia, we forgive you your fullest potential for harness your opportunities and for contribute to this nation building. If in SLPP you qualify for work, we forgive the work for let you help for contribute for build this nation. Once you not sabotage and undermine.
Okay, we don't see the fine thing them and the nice thing the way una don't write on the manifesto. So how una plan for achieve them thing in the way una put inside the manifesto?
Well, we get different sectors in the manifesto. We get 9 pillars, and each pillar gets a own how we go do them. Like for example, this one nation who they talk about pillar 1, they talk about one nation building peace and national cohesion and unity. How would they do them? One, first of all, we say we get for ensure say no institution at this country they where you go enter where one tribe go get more than 25% of the staff then where you go see in that institution. Like for example, you not go enter an office, government office, you see say one tribe 9 dominate the staff they know. And this is something we'll get for put into the constitution. No one tribe not forget more than 25% of the staff now any institution. That one. Secondly, we say from the government self we will create, whether in terms of ministers, ambassadors, no one region or tribe not for dominate. Every region, every tribe for be reflected, for be represented, for be seen in governance. You know, whether you come out from region, this, that, you know. And 3, we for ensure say we can development go to every district and every locality across this nation so that the issue of urbanization fully come out from the rural areas to go now urban areas because they not get opportunities, you know, before dawn. So that every area get equal opportunities to development, to job opportunities, to education and all the things. And so for one nation, those are just some of the hows. For the economy, when are the major issue, the first thing we need for do, we have to bring experts in, really for dive into the economy, for tell you the quick challenges of the economy. We know they already, but we want for really get experts them on the right round table. We discuss them challenges, then they bring in the private sector, and we really look at the prices of commodities and see the steps that we'll quickly need for take for reduce them prices. Then the rate at which prices of we basic commodities then rest. Yeah, bars, plazas, then thing and they go up. The people of this country not go able to afford, and will not go continue for sit down and allow that to happen. So that one area also we will get for do, and we also say we get for invest in we people. How we go do that one day? Now they education coming, now they health coming, now they agriculture coming. For education, for example, we don't say we not remove the free health, free quality education. We don't notice say the free education, yes, they don't give access, more people that don't enroll in school. But they not address the problems. One, we still get a whole lot of problem with infrastructure. The schools are not enough. So more picking them not accommodated. Two, the conditions of the schools them picking and they still where they sit on a ground for school or bench, we're not conducive. And then three, also we get for look at the students them at tertiary level. We don't find out say we get more and more dropouts from universities and other tertiary institutions because they're not able to pay tuition. The school fees they continue for increase, they're not able to pay. So we don't make a commitment say when we come to governance under Dr. Samra Kamara, no students na university or any tertiary institution go drop out of college or not go continue in education because of tuition. Would they set aside funds where they support them? And we also say would they invest in teachers because we don't see say yes they increase teachers' employment, but it will still interest you for no say across this nation are only 40% of the teachers that qualify for teach.
Okay.
In Falaba, for example, now only 12%. So we get for invest in teachers, continuous study programs, education programs, and all of them things, and the way go make sure say the teachers then self-qualify so that they go pass on the quality knowledge to be picking them. Okay. And we also get for increase their salaries and conditions of service. Because now one thing for you employ 25,000 teachers, but if the conditions of service not okay, they're not happy. Now they tell you go read about pamphlets, you go read about this study program, we all are extra charges whether they request from the parents, and we still see say also 60% of salaries to teachers, not community people they pay still, not to government.
Okay.
So all of them things, and these are problems we would don't identify and we will get for solve and we would don't put inside this manifesto.
Okay, Mr. C.D. Yaya Tunis, before you go left way, as you answer the question of how we get for meet when a manifesto promises, and you mentioned about bringing in experts for come and look into the economy of the country, but we understand that Dr. Samura Kamara in background na economics. So why you think the party for bring other person for come and look into the economy?
Well, Dr. Samura Kamara, president, anyone not go do the job. He get the expertise, he get the knowledge. I make in the manifesto, it already tell me how we get for do. Now collective people now we all get for come together for rebuild the economy. I tell you just not say one nation, the idea now for bring everybody together. You when a journalist they contribute to the economy, not to so. The Okada rider they contribute to the economy because every day we come off for go ride, what do they do? Now for earn living, for take care of himself and his families. Okay. And they buy food, and they buy this, and we side that money they all they go now back into the economy. So if the petrol price don't go up, it don't affect that Okada rider they in earning. So what instead they do, instead they go rise in your price up. So for able to recover. So these are the things. So now we all collectively, the same with you, the journalists. Now we all get for work together, but every sector get in your way or they address in your issues, so you not go affect in your contribution to building the economy.
Okay, so finally, Mr. C.D. Tunis, when I don't put together when I manifestos, and so how when I don't prepare for meet the grassroots, meet the people in our village, where kind of for understand waiting actually written inside when I manifesto. How I don't plan for go about that. Because we get a problem that we country now. People know they read manifestos, some man okay, some man. How I plan for disseminate this message to the list people inside the village?
We'll get different ways. Then interview us what they do for we so, and we were very grateful to one. But they also come into districts. We get for buy airtime now radios for sensitize the communities. That now also another way. We get for call a session, special sessions with journalists them. We get for call special sessions with civil society, local authorities, councils, students them. All for explain the manifesto for let everybody understand. And important you ask that question because already we see the other side, they mislead people on the manifesto. Like for example, I listen an audio from the Minister of Basic Education where they talk to teachers them and they say the only side will talk about teachers now manifesto now will say will they hire 1,000 teachers and for teach PhD. That one they not even do now manifesto self. Nothing like that, not in our manifesto. So that kind of lies and dishonesty, we will see them they spread already. Important for us to come back and educate with people them. And I'd encourage also we get a manifesto online, especially for teachers, and we were able to read. Let we access them really and read and compare waiting we get now manifesto to waiting the other side get now then your manifesto. Let we compare and contrast and make up we mind as Reunions.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. C.D. Yaya Tunis, for joining me at the program Salone Talk.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Yes, family them. That's now C.D. Yaya Tunis. When they talk to family them, but the case we them file against Dr. Samura Kamara and the same way so they talk, but the manifesto, the APC manifestos. Just like how we've been tell family them say we go first forget get them all inside for make them able for explain better one, but the manifesto we them pull. The grassroots people them plenty not get an understanding and an idea of what's in the right inside the manifestos them. Then just they say naso, then they can do for we that this country. So and make you always they ask them the question. But you get for vote, then they say yes, then get for vote. Then why you don't want for no waiting right inside them people and they manifestos them. Then get a right for no waiting they right inside the manifestos.
Sure.
Then get a right for no waiting them the politician they promise them. Yeah, Amadou. So.
Yeah. So and we get them from the publicity secretary, Mr. Yaya Tunis. Like give you a little bit ways and manner how they get for engage the people them for understand the manifesto fine one, and that's again a very good, and I hope say that they happen at the other political parties, for let people understand the messages, and there are other things, salient points where and Mr. Yaya Tunis raised up is that it's like the other parts and the political parties, they come and take something and company and manifestos and say them out in a form of convincing the other people, and we want to be very frank. Naya is maybe we need to be truthful to be self, even the politicians, you know, and waiting you post you company no rights and manifestos. I think they have to be truthful when they go out and campaign, and it's not like they try for kill, not to like the other debates the way you will come. You will get more points than you will know. Like, it should be truthful whilst they present you manifestos. If you want for reference your opponent in your own, then I mean, for liar the process, because it also they creates confusion, in the people and minds, Me don't tell you the truth. Way down they come and say a lie what it tell you. So it creates confusion, and as so back people they go and cast their votes with confusion minds, So we want to just encourage political parties. We encourage also the one the way they watch the program that you get for actually get access to the manifestos. May you read them and understand them so that anybody can for tell you anything. You could tell them say, not so I read out. That's why I read them. That's what means see them or listen the radio. I think say the media therefore give you the right messages.
Yeah.
You know, now make we can spend time for look at the manifestos and try for analyze within the manifestos then they're about. I think it's the time we'll begin to look at and assess the manifestos, yeah, so that we go give you, we're going to make decisions at the end of the day for what we for vote for. So it's necessary, let me see Alionians, I talk to the educated one, let me at least get time and read some of them in there, even though we get problem with reading, we not get that culture of reading, you know. But again, this is not a time where we for actually go into and all the manifestos we don't come up and try for get the message and see whether waiting and writing at the manifestos actually get for do with the future of this country, actually get for do with the futures of the young people, the girls, the students, the old people, the disabled. You know, let me see if them manifestos are all captures what actually we need inside this country, Aminata. So it's high time we the youth them, it's high time even the mammy them for go and explain, give them within the manifestos then say, you know, about these coming elections, because from there we go able to make decision, find decision for both. You know, from there we go able to know say we not go, you know go vote na the wrong side. Even if you not a party loyalist, it's time for you get the message. It's time for you take decision how you go cast your votes. You know, this is very necessary, Aminata.
Indeed, yeah. Very necessary, just like how Ezekiel did talk. We are una go dey watch the manifestos or una listen to radio station or television as the journalists then came. Always they explain better one within the right, them politicians they write inside the manifestos, them get an idea of within who's person you to go vote for and the reason we make you the vote for them, because that's now very key to every Sierra Leoneans them as we can talk am. You need for know within the right inside the manifesto for let you know your decision where you go make come June 24. We they go to the election update and today we get 22 days to election. And I go read out to fumble them the political parties them campaign, Usai and get for go campaign. The RUFP party, they get their own campaign today, the 1st June 2023, Nakailang, Kono, Bombali, and the Karine district. The SLPP, they get their own campaign na the Kenema district. The PMDC, they get their own campaign na the Pujeun district. The NGC, they get their own campaign na the Falaba district. The NURP, they get their own na the Koinadugu district. The NDA, they get their own campaign na the Tonkolili and Bont district. The APC, they get their own campaign na the Cambia, Bo and the Moyamba district. The independent candidate, the independent party, they get their own campaign na the Putloko, Western area rural and the Western area urban. That's not the last one. Usai the independent, they get their own campaign today na the Freetown City. Mind you, when they say that they get their own campaign, I don't observe something, Ezekiel. We know they see that kind of tension for these smaller parties, them for like where they say that they more so that they do their campaign na the Freetown Yasu. We know this. I don't know for the other different districts them if they can also promote Nadu for do their campaign, because that's not a mandate for una where the ECSL don't put. For let una come out na do. Many people know una show una self to the people them. Not just for go hide, say because not to miss stronghold, not to miss stronghold. So like I know they campaign. You need for campaign because now that's the right as a political parties. You need for common and let people and see say this. Oh, this now the independent party they own candidate this. And if you not come out, how people then go know una intention? Sure. How we go know? Mind you, these people, I doubt if they get a site, say possibly go look up for them, for get an idea of the political parties. I know they see even on Facebook or YouTube or neither any other social media platform for say the independent party na the own site this for search for them for let the person go know who na the political leader, who na the mayoral candidates, all that stuff in the we know they see them they big they are the smaller parties una need for know that una really need for know that they and your message to family them people there don't pull their manifestos, the politicians them don't pull their manifestos, una listen where people when they talk on radio and also una able for read them and understand them well and go make the right decision come June 24. Let we stay away from violence, let we engage, indulge in peace statements, and we embrace one another because number one game Mama Salone we get EZEKIEL.
Yeah, yes, quick one to the smaller parties. You know, AMINATA, the fact remains that the smaller parties, actually, they mean them for contest. They just want to let them say, not this or not the person this way one contest. Because if you say they run for presidential candidate in the country, you get for copy the other bigger party, what then they do so that you go succeed, and you then get for actually serious what they mean. If they're not serious, people are not going to take them serious. No wonder why we get APC and SFPP at the edge for them continue for the vote for them two parties there.
Yeah, so now we'll bring the program countdown today for Salone Talk. When they bring the program countdown, me your name na AMINATA KOROMA, they say Tata.
And me your name na EZEKIEL KOROMA, Tata.
Now not the time we for better we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not an option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. TDN vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. TDN all we want for vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. TDN